The next 6 months will be a great time to buy a house in the Salt Lake area, and there are 3 reasons why I make this prediction. Let's go over them right now. In my opinion, there are 3 areas that most affect a buyer buying a house. First is, what are the alternatives to buying a home, such as renting a home? Second, what's the overall inventory of homes on the market? And third, what are the interest rates? I'm going to go over each area to back up my prediction that now is a good time to find your home. And by the way, at the end of this video, I'm going to offer 6 specific tips in buying a house. All right, let's look at the alternatives to buying a home. Other than living in a family member's basement, most folks who don't own a home are renting. Renting has some advantages, of course. It's very flexible, especially if you're not sure where you want to live, or if you don't have enough income or down payment to buy a house just yet. However, there's some big potential downsides to renting. Number 1, rental prices keep going up, as we have seen over the past 5 years. Also, number 2, there's really no income tax write-off advantages to renting. Number 3, the landlord may decide to sell the home at any time or raise the rent. Number 4, also the price of homes are increasing every year, so the down payment you're saving up for may not get you the home that you want if the price of homes go up 20% in 2 years. So here's something to check out. The average apartment rental price in the Salt Lake area is from about $1,200 to $1,600 a month for a small apartment. Of course, this depends on the area. If you wanted a house instead of an apartment, you would be expected to pay about $2,000 to $4,000 a month, again, depending upon the area. Now, it's very important for you to talk with a good lender as soon as possible, because there are many special programs out there in which you may be able to get a house now instead of waiting until prices go up next spring. You may be surprised as to your options. Interest rate buy-downs like the 2-to-1 buy-down are becoming very popular. You can even find sellers willing to help you buy down your interest rate. I wanted to see what the market is like for lower-priced condos and single-family homes, so I checked out the MLS this morning. In the last 90 days, there were about 25 condos and townhomes that sold for less than $250,000 in Salt Lake and Utah counties. And there are also about 168 homes that sold for under $375,000 in Salt Lake in North Utah County. While you may not be getting your dream home, you may be able to buy a home for close to the same price you're paying to rent one today. So why not take the tax write-off and potential equity increase of owning a home versus renting? Let's talk about the inventory of homes. This is a big one. For the past couple of years, the inventory of homes in the Salt Lake area has been very low, and there have been several reasons for this. COVID raised the uncertainty level, of course, but the biggest reason I've heard from sellers is that I have no place to move when I sell my house. Home prices are so expensive. That was because interest rates were so low in the 3% area that the price of homes skyrocketed as bidding wars drove up prices. Now that changed in June of 2022, when the inventory of homes shot up and prices dropped. In June of 22, the sellers finally realized that they'd better sell as soon as possible or lose the huge equity increases they saw over the past couple of years because interest rates were going up. Unfortunately, the interest rates doubled during that exact time, and buyers were shocked into a wait-and-see mode. New listings doubled, and many sellers were asking too high of a price at the same time that buyers were waiting for the crash, a perfect storm. So where are we today? Every fall and winter, the inventory slowly decreases for the holidays, and then increases around the March timeframe into the spring and summer busy season. Your best deals are always in that December to March timeframe in normal years, and I predict we'll see the same thing this fall and winter. Now, you won't have as many homes to choose from, of course, as fewer homes will be on the market, but you will get a better price because the bidding wars have ceased. Additionally, new construction builders are fearing a recession, and they're selling off their inventories by offering price reductions and incentives. So there'll be some really good deals in new construction, something we haven't seen for a couple of years. Therefore, the strategy I propose is to find your home during this time when sellers are lowering their prices during the off-season. You can always refinance down the road if you're not happy with the interest rate. Speaking of which, let's talk about interest rates. So this is the area that's freaked many people out in the last 6 months. Many buyers have never seen interest rates above 4%, but let's look at reality. In fact, over the past 30 years, interest rates below 4% have been very, very rare. They go up and they go down. I bought my first home in California at 11% interest rate, and then I sold it in 2 years and built a home in Virginia at 8%. When I moved to Utah, I built a home at around 6.5%, and then I refinanced it around 4%. So buying a home today at 7% is not a lifetime commitment. Besides, your mortgage is still tax deductible. Now, what are the future for interest rates? By the way, be sure to watch my video on the Federal Reserve, as this will help you understand how the feds impact the interest rates that you're paying. The reason mortgage interest rates go up is that lenders fear inflation. The reason the Federal Reserve is increasing prime lending rates, which is the rate that the banks pay to loan money to each other, is because the Fed is trying to lower inflation. And as we can see in this chart by Goldman Sachs, the inflation rate today is about 8%, but they are predicting that the inflation rate should be around 3% by the summer of 2023. What that means is that the mortgage rates should fall as inflation gets back to the normal 1 to 3% range. Well, Robert, you say, why don't I just wait until the rates fall and then buy a house then? Au contraire, mon ami. This is the problem with that strategy. Remember when rates were 3% and you couldn't buy a home because every house you liked had 10 offers on it? If you wait until next summer, you may face a similar situation due to the normal seasonal price increases and lower interest rates than today. There will be a large pent-up demand. Instead, I propose finding a great house now, after the prices have dropped since earlier this year, avoiding the bidding war when rates fall, and then doing a refi in a year or so. Here are my 6 recommendations. 1, talk to a good lender as soon as possible to find out how much of a house you can buy for your budget. Call me if you need a good lender. 2, if you must extend your current rental lease, do it for a short period of time, the best being month to month. 3, have your realtor set up a hot sheet for you that's about $10K over your ideal price if you're looking for a condo or townhome, and then about $30K over your ideal price if you're looking for a home. Because home prices are dropping and you want to make sure to see that house before that price drops to where you want it to be. Number 4, don't incur any major long-term debts like a new car until you're in your new home. 5, remember you don't need to find your dream home this time around. And 6, historically you'll be able to refinance your loan in a few years to lower your rate. Well, thanks for watching. Be sure to download the buyer's guide I'm offering below. Give me a call anytime. Thanks.